Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void series. This is going to be a best of 5 between Dark and iNnoVation here, starting on Overgrowth, the Ladder Edition. In the top right side of this map, we have the blue Terran player. It is iNnoVation, currently teamless, but man, is he good. I just saw on Reddit the other day that I think he hit the highest level of anybody in GM this season, anyway, just recently. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Dark, also teamless, but also super duper good at StarCraft 2. I don't know what's with all the teamless players. I know 2 big teams did disband earlier this year. There were some issues with, I don't know exactly what it was. I didn't read up on all of the details, but basically a lot of players find themselves without organizations to call home. And it doesn't mean they're not any good. It means they're super great. But at the same time, they do have they don't have a home. They don't have the place to call home. It's very sad. It's very sad, actually, but they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Look, and it says best of 5 right here. And check this out. I can do Darks and I can do iNnoVations. Oh, I'm so excited about this. I got it fixed. I got my thing fixed. As we go pool into hatch, into extractor. I mean, this can't be a gasless opening here from Dark. I'd be super surprised if that was the case. Anyway, basically, this has been broken for a long time, as you may have noticed. I've cast best of series before where these don't increment whatsoever because I couldn't do it. I couldn't increment one of them, and I can't do one and not the other. That's dumb. So what I did, I went to reddit.com/r/StarCraft and said, has anybody got any experience with this? Can I send you this replay interface? And some dude with an email address of blizzard.com got back to me and said, yo, what up? I'm going to go ahead and help you. And I said, okay, sounds good. And he did. I sent it to him. He fixed it. He sent it back. And everybody is so happy, especially me. Whoever you are, Mr. possibly Blizzard employee, I love you so much. And now we can increment these for this best of 5. Awesome, awesome news. So this is a Reaper. His name is Sin Cara. No matter how hard Sin Cara tried, he just couldn't stop botching simple wrestling moves. Sin Cara was wrestling John Cena at WrestleMania for some reason, and predictably he botched a move, leaving John Cena paralyzed. That's the entire backstory for this Reaper. I'm gonna fill in the rest, and then as punishment for manslaughter, what is it? If you accidentally injure someone, is there a term for that? I know if you accidentally kill someone, it's manslaughter, but accidental, why are you iNnoVation? You're doing weird stuff with this dude. Accidental paralyzation. Anyway, for his crimes, he was put in a Reaper suit and sent to kill the Zerg, but he said, you know what, I'm gonna botch that too. So he's botching killing Zerg by just hanging out. This is the most passive Reaper I've ever seen from a pro. What is going on? What is going on? Third base, already on the way for Dark, just about complete there as well. Dark is going for that 3 hatch, knowing that iNnoVation is going to go for the Reaper expand. No reason not to go for 3 hatch, especially on this map. And Queen out here at the front to hold off against that Reaper, patrolling Lings in places that Reapers like to hop on up. And here he comes. Here comes Sin Cara, or Kara, I don't know, one of those two. They're very similar. Just trying to maybe scout at this point. Doesn't even try to get any shots off whatsoever. Speed about 50% complete. For Dark, iNnoVation sees that that third base is complete and decides to head back home with the information that he has received. So far, not even close to Hall of Fame, but there is still time. There is still time, dude. Factory coming up. Double Hellion opening from iNnoVation. Queen production continuing for Dark. This is on the latest patch of StarCraft 2. So Hydras have that range of 6. What else? Is there anything different for Terran? I don't know that there is, if they made any danger or changes in 3.9. Or not. I'm trying to think. Tanks still have their Splash. Cyclones still have their Tornado Blaster. Yeah, I think the big changes were to Zerg and Protoss. But anyway, Hydra range of max 6 right now. And here he comes. Sin Cara with a couple Hellions, but Queen pretty good. Kitty charge knocking that Queen back. Drone run. Drone almost made into an extractor, but no, decides not to. 2 more Hellions here running around, joining the group. Oh, Reaper dies. Sin Cara dies. He might have gotten a Ling kill in there, but whatevs. Whatevs. I'm not even going to bother with that one. So good hold there with Speedlings, with Queens. I mean, that's pretty much all you need to do with these Hellions at this point in time. It is actually making Cyclone is iNnoVation. There they are. Oh, he already has 2 and he's making 2 more. Holy shamoly. All right, here's where we are today. Moving on down is 4 Cyclones. Nope, 6 Hellions rather, and 2 Cyclones. 3 Queens here. I don't know if this is enough. This is a lot of mechy stuff here. Using that Tornado Blaster on these Queens. Any transfuses available? I don't know. Speedlings trying to come to wrap around this backside, but good micro not allowing that surround. And look at these Lings die. Oh, I don't think anything's died from this initial push from iNnoVation thus far. Looking bad for Dark, you guys. Looking real bad for Dark. These queens aren't dying either, though. One of the Hellions dies, but the Cyclone's continuing just to murder everything. 3 kills and 3 kills each. Roaches and Lings coming in. That is going to be your answer here today. Roaches taking care of the Hellions, and Cyclone getting surrounded by Lings. Exactly what you want if you're Dark. Boosh. Kabaloosh. Has anybody survived? Single Hellion heading back to tell the tale of what happened to his friends just a few minutes ago. So we've got a good wall here, though, by iNnoVation. Lings aren't getting through that. Roaches are also having a hard time. Ravagers might do okay with it. What just morphed in? Hey, look, Ravagers. Ravagers morphing in for Dark. So did he use any drones in that? No, no drones. 20 Lings and 3 Queens for 5 Hellions, a Reaper, and 2 Cyclones. Resources lost. 950 minerals for the Zerg. And like 850 minerals, 250 gas for the Terran. So yeah, not looking so good for iNnoVation so far, but he has some time left. Look at these Cyclones, dude. He has a lot of Cyclones. He has 4 of them. A lot of Hellions here, too, just roasting away. Lings with Ravagers, better against this composition than just Lings or just Ravagers. Going together like peanut butter and jelly. Pulling back to the safety of his natural base is iNnoVation. Going to shoot out with some Hellion fire. Lings actually getting inside here. Corrosive Biles thrown down and hitting, actually killing a Cyclone, I think, there. More and more reinforcements coming out. The Hellbat transformation is available and completed for iNnoVation. So Hellbat's much better in situations like this against these Lings. More Ravagers coming in from Dark. The aggression knows no bounds from this Zerg player. Corrosive Biles landing and hitting. And landing and hitting, killing some SCVs that are just trying to repair, man. That's all they're trying to do, but walking on out, waddling on out. These things are so slow compared to Ravagers, though. And here we get the concave. Lings on the right side, Ravagers on the bottom. All the Lings get roasted up in about 3.4 seconds. And Dark says, yeah, maybe it's time to back out. I don't know. I'm trying to kind of force the Terran player to walk into some Corrosive Biles, but iNnoVation's a little bit too smart for that. Lock-on ability, killing a scouting Sloverlord here. Hellbats at the front, taking a lot of shots. Just continued 3 base reinforcements here from Dark, getting up to the front very quickly. And Hellbat number getting whittled down here. Corrosive Biles continuing to be dodged. Couple more SCVs die. Lock-on trying to kill yet another Sloverlord in the sky, and they get it. Does not supply block Dark. However, the aggression is continuing from our Zerg player, making an Overlord to replace the one that died. And just continuing to make Cyclones, getting +1 vehicle weapons, getting more SCVs, trying to go for a 3rd base somewhere. Oh, did the SCV building this command center get killed by Corrosive Bile? I think it might have, actually. That's funny. That is interesting. Moving out with the barracks as iNnoVation is going mech. He does not need this barracks for anything else. So iNnoVation has decided in 3.9 that mech is viable. And you know what? He's not wrong. It's viable. It's just... I don't know if I would say as powerful is the problem. 4th base on the way for Dark in that bottom right. Dark is what? Droning up now. He's kind of stopped his non-stop aggression at this point, getting +1 missile attack and +1 ground carapace. And iNnoVation on the warpath here. Coming down, Corrosive Biles landing, getting dodged there. iNnoVation knows how to dodge those. He's been doing that for quite some time at this point. But always so stupid. Stupid annoying here. 3 more factories on the way for iNnoVation. That +1 vehicle weapon's about to complete. Clear away Constitution coming in for Dark. And 9 workers at a time being made for our Zerg player as well. So it is now 65 to 64 harvesters. A bunch more going to pop, though, for Dark. And it's 70 to 65. There we go. Dark taking a lead. Has his 4th base up. 3rd base now landing for iNnoVation. Running up with a Ling to check out that and saying, hey, what up? There's a base here. I'm going to try to kill me some SCVs with no upgrades but speed. Difficult move. It might get 1. What is that? Oh, iNnoVation. No, babysit your Lings. Babysit them and sending up a couple Hellbats to deal with this annoying Zergling. And any more kills? Nope, Zergling gets roasted. That's when a bro roasts something. It's called broasting. Roach is moving up along this right side. Just kind of still making this Roach Ravager stuff. Infestation Pit on the way. As I always say, you can't do Roach Ravager forever against Terran. Eventually you will die. Although against Mech, I think you have a better chance of making it work just with max Roach Ravager. However, Dark does not feel comfortable doing that. So he's working on an Infestation Pit for something. Maybe going for Ultras, but again, not going for that +1 ground attack. Which makes me question exactly what his plan is here. No Spire either. Is that a Drop Lord? Drop Lord coming in. Where is it? On this right side. He's going to try a Roach Drop into the main base of iNnoVation while attacking at the front. Ooh, I like this. I like what we're seeing here. A scan does see the hive timing. iNnoVation knows exactly what's going on down there. And it is a Hydralisk den, so just because they don't have a range of 7 anymore does not mean they are bad. We're still seeing Hydras in these matches. Roach, Tunneling Claws on the way. So Burrow move coming in. Not quite done yet. Overseer flying through. Overseer speed was buffed. That's something that was changed as well. But that was in 3.8. That wasn't a 3.9 thing. So here we go. Distracting Innovation, trying to kill this barracks with Corrosive Biles while dropping 4 roaches inside the main base of that mineral line. Is he going to get there? He's going to get there. I mean, nothing really here to stop this. Roaches dropping. They have the +1, a +1 attack. They almost have the Tunneling Claws ability. They already have Burrow, so that's nice. And here's the attack at the front from Dark. Again, trying to distract everything that we're seeing at the back here. Is anybody going to come to save this? Innovation, where are you at? Where's your game sense? Where's our units are under attack notice? Here we go. So a single tank and a single Cyclone coming to try to deal with this. Should be able to handle it. Tanks with +1, very good against roaches. Cyclones too. There we go. Doesn't lose anything. Oh, the burrow though. The 2 roaches burrowed and managed to get picked up and saved by this speedy drop lord. That's hilarious. But 11 SCVs killed at 79 to 63. 5th base here at the gold for Dark on the way. On the way. And again, just continuing to send up roaches and ravagers. And there are 4 hiders in production. There are vipers coming in here too. Did they decrease the radius of Blinding Cloud as these roaches continue to do work back here in the main base? But scans and missile turrets too good. The roaches both die. The drop lord is very sad to see them go, but can't do anything now. I'm going to head on back home. Is that +3 vehicle weapons? How did he get to +3 already? Because he's Innovation, that's why. He's stupid good at this game. Alright, so that is the Muscular Augments upgrade, which does speed for hiders by 25% and their range by 1. And yeah, this is a lot of mech for Innovation. Dark's kind of trying to attack outside of the range of these tanks. He can handle the Hellbats and the Cyclones, I think, but this tank count is looking really big, and roaches take so much damage from them. Is there more roach stuff here? More roach stuff in the main, more stuff getting cleaned up by these Cyclones. Trying to take a 4th base rather, of his own. Here is Innovation. Landing it, killing a burrow roach that is just waiting for that occurrence to happen here. And Dark is continuing to just do the super annoying stuff. Super annoying stuff. Trying to drop these roaches inside the main. Innovation does not care. He's pushing onto the creep. And here it is, setting up with those tanks. Look at that splash damage. Oh, that's a lot. That is a lot of splash damage. Where are you at, son? 80 damage versus armored splash. Here we go. Abduct being used on the tanks. Clearing out 3 of them, which is pretty nice. Roaches continuing to kill stuff back home, though, but Innovation is not being distracted. He's handling that at home and continuing to push this front. This 5th base for Dark is under fire. I think it's going to die. Pulling back everything is Dark, and the hatch ends up falling. It is now 4 base to 4 base, 77 to 69 harvesters. Still pushing in here with his upgrades. His Innovation, +3 attack about halfway complete. Roaches coming in for Dark. I don't think roaches are what you want. This tank count is way too high for roach. 16 tanks with +2 attack. Are there still, good heavens, there are still roaches doing stuff. Roaches trying to deal with reinforcing units coming from the top here, doing fairly well for themselves. Wow, Innovation, you are so sneaky. So dang sneaky here. Continuing to attack on in is Innovation. Where are his tanks? They're not involved. Move up. Move up, tanks. Go to, there we go. Moving the back line of tanks on up, sieging forward. And here comes the concave. Hiders in the bottom. Roaches, Ravagers on the right. And Vipers coming in everywhere, trying to find something. There's the Blinding Cloud. Catching about 6 of those tanks. Is it enough? Is the question. And actually abducting tanks into the Blinding Cloud radius. Gorgeous play. Gorgeous play from Dark. Corrosive Biles being used. These tanks getting absolutely annihilated. And Dark takes a massive 192 to 111 lead with that success and that victory. Woo! Dark, not afraid to attack into those tanks, not with Blinding Cloud, continuing to push forward to his advantage. Corrosive Biles landing on tanks. Hydras killing SCVs on the ground, killing SCVs building missile turrets as well. Is this enough? It looks pretty ragtag for Dark, but it's working. He's continuing to walk through here. +3 tanks, 85 damage per shot, but there's only 1 of them. Now there are 2 of them. Can they hold on against these Hydras and these Ravagers? Yes, they are forcing Dark back to reinforce with the holy ton of Ravagers morphing in right now. That is going to be 10. All right, so that's a lot of Ravager. It's 200 to 105 total supply. Replanting his gold base is Dark. He needs that. He needs that one. He really does. Drop Lord here again for Dark. You are everywhere, man. Getting killed by missile turrets, too. I guess that counts as everywhere. Dark pushing the advantage, abducting more tanks into the meat grinder to watch them die. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you for coming, tanks. It was nice knowing you, and this might be it for Innovation. The enemy is at his gates, and that's it. A GG from Innovation. Innovation is defeated, and Dark is victorious, making it work. Making it work there with Roach, Ravager, Hydra, Viper against a meching Terran with +3 attack. +3 attack. All right, so that is a rough place to be if you're iNnoVation. Can you come back in game 2? We will see in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to our best of 5 between Dark and iNnoVation here on Vonnie Research Station. In the top side of Vonnie Research Station, we have the Red Zerg player currently up 1-0 on his opponent. It is Dark. And in the bottom side, nursing a 0-1 deficit, is the blue Terran player. It is iNnoVation. Again, both of these players are teamless, but both of them are extremely excellent at the game of StarCraft 2. We'll see if iNnoVation goes back to the mech here in game 2, or if he decides to go for a more standard Marine, Marauder, Medevac, Widowmine, Liberator type thing. Seems possible, but again, the mech was good. It's just the Blinding Cloud abduct skills of Dark were too excellent for really anything of those tanks to do as much damage as they should. And I mean, that was the difference. It really was. Dark was able to take about 5 or 6 of the tanks out of it and then abduct 2 or 3 more into Blinding Cloud radius. I mean, the placement was absolutely insane from Dark, and iNnoVation's Hydra, Roach, Ravager combination was able to get the win after that, and Zerg took it. So let's see what happens in game number 2 here. It is a command center first out of iNnoVation. Command center into barracks, so it's going to be a little bit late. I'd be surprised if it's a Reaper. Late Reapers just aren't as effective as fast as you can make them Reapers. Proxy Reapers being the most effective of all time. But yeah, this is Vonnie Research Station. It's a very, very safe place to expand here. It cannot be attacked except from air, or except, I guess, from swarm hosts that can fly over this and land on the ground and murder things, but, you know, drops, things like that. Double refinery opening from iNnoVation as well, so he could be going for this mech or maybe a Banshee type play. Banshee plays are popular on this map for Terran just because you can get Banshees up and around here. A lot of dead airspace to hang out and come back in and pick off drones and go back out. So that could be what our friend iNnoVation is moving for here. Spawning pool is just about complete for Dark. He's going to have enough gas for that speed about the same time it finishes, if not soon after. And yeah, both players just macroing their hearts out at this point. It is going to be a Marine from iNnoVation. Marine first here. Command center is upgrading. That double gas is there. I really would like to see a factory at some point here from iNnoVation, but he uses the next 150 minerals to make yet another orbital command. So he's planning on relying on the single Marine for a while. There is a factory coming in now. Hatch is done for Dark. Speed on the way for Dark as well. And we'll see if this is one factory or several. The reactor's coming up on the barracks. I think we saw this exact build in game number 1, where the reactor is used for the factory. Once it's done, to double pump some Hellions early on, get some work done. That was also the problem. Also the problem with iNnoVation, he didn't kill that many drones in that game. And so the problem is, if you're meching, it takes a while to get your army up, and the Zerg player cannot be made to feel comfortable during that time. You got to send out Hellions to roast their drones up and keep them on their back foot. If you can do that and roast up a bunch of delicious crispy drones, you're going to have a better shot with your mech. But iNnoVation couldn't quite pull that off. The defense of Dark was very, very good, not losing any drones at all in those first few minutes. I'm not sure if he lost more later on. He may have. But the all-important first, 5 minutes is what you really care about as the Zerg. And he was very excellent at babysitting them during that time. Yep, there we go. Second factory coming in for iNnoVation. There's that Hellion, and this barracks is just an add-on producer right now, just making add-ons for the factories. And once he's not needed anymore, the barracks will be sent out to scout and probably to die. There's that third hatch for Dark on the way, recognizing I don't see any aggression here from the Terran player. I'm safe to take the third. Did he just cancel and replant? Why did he cancel and replant there? I had some second thoughts. I don't know. So some Lings and Queens here to deal with these Hellions. They got to come up this narrow ramp to really do anything. Can a single Queen block this ramp? I'm trying to throw down creep tumors. There we go. And Hellions heading back home. What is for you back home? There we go. Heading back up. The Hellions, I don't know what they're up to. Speedy Lords now. Slover Lords have been upgraded. Roach Warren coming in for Dark at the same time. This female Carrick might get in the way of this flame and get roasted up. Is that how that works? Oh, it does. No, Carrick, no. Oh, what? Do you have a death wish? Are you suicidal? Anyway, it's 4 Hellions versus 2 Queens, and they're just going to kind of do this dance for a while. The Queens are trying to protect the creep tumors is what they're doing. And iNnoVation would do well to pick these off, but nope, can't do it. 1 and 2 managed to get down there. Spreading the creep. Spreading the do not go area for Hellions at this point. They don't really want to go too far onto the creep here. 6 Hellions now trying to roast up a third base. They will get there eventually. Just Takes him a while. 4 roaches on the way for Dark. Should be enough to shoo this away. Meanwhile, Cyclone's on the way for Innovation, and Armory coming up as well. The third base does pop. Dark does not cancel it, recognizing, oh shoot, here come the Cyclones though. Ooh, I was going to say, Hellions don't have enough DPS, but Cyclones do. Some Lings just trying to distract. Queens transfusing themselves. The Lings do pick off a couple Hellions here. Oh, getting 2. Getting 2, but more Hellions, more Cyclones coming on up, dealing with these roaches very well with their Tornado Blaster ability. Corrosive Bile landing some Ravagers mixed in as well. Ravagers might be the saving grace here for Dark, but I don't know. A lot of dead roaches here. A lot of dead Queens. Thus far, Cyclones in the back able to take out the roaches because everything else in the front is tanking, but now not tanking as well are those Hellions as they are dead. Some Hellion, there's the Hellbat transformation, tanking a lot better in this situation. Is Dark giving up on this third base entirely? He may be giving up on this third base. Look at this Tornado Blaster ability being used. Hatchery already down to sub 50% levels. A lot of roaches coming in though. Dark shoving this back very efficiently. And he does manage to save the third base. Innovation is heading home. Innovation almost had that. Almost had that thing. Taking a third base of his own here. It's 42-49. Harvesters able to SCV pump a little more than the drone construction was able to be made. Drone morphing, drone hatching. I think drone hatching makes a little bit more sense there. Is he going to be on the warpath? Yep, Dark is mad. How dare you? How dare you try to kill my third base? I'm coming down with Ravagers and with roaches to kill everything that you love and hold dear. Oh, look out, Hellions. Don't. Hellion. Oh, Hellion tried to head up north. Wasn't paying attention. Gets killed. His 3 friends managed to escape, though. Any tanks yet? I'd like to see some tanks from Innovation. Maybe. I mean, it's just going to be Hellions at this point. Hellion, Cyclone out of those factories. +1 vehicle weapons on the way, though. That's pretty good stuff. So Hellion's not in Hellbat mode. A lot of SCVs here going for that auto repair thing, instead getting killed at the front lines as well. Can he hold this thing? Corrosive Biles just absolutely zoning the Terran player out here, splitting as best he can, still taking shots, trying to get a concave up here. SCV's attacking as well, just being little meat shields, and as a result, 8 of them are now dead. It's 57-51 total Harvesters. Innovation not doing as well as he would like on that worker count. Double evolution chamber for Dark, not giving up on upgrades. Back home while he attacks, but he's heading back home with his Ravagers. Losing an Overlord there. Yeah, Overlord gets killed by the lock-on ability, which now can only attack air, as you can see here. Faster Lords are fair game for this. And Dark getting supply blocked. Extra supply blocked. 110 out of 98 total supply now. Gonna slow him down just a little bit, which is always nice as the Terran. Slowing down a Zerg is what you want to do. Hydralisk then now coming up for Dark a little bit earlier than we saw in game number 1. Innovation trying to make this mech thing work. Coming up along the left side, he's got Hellions, he's got Cyclones, he's got +1 attack. Just now finishing. There it is. Completed on his vehicles. Hellbat transformation. And here we go. Basically mass Cyclone. Getting that Tornado Blaster off. Having to dodge the Corrosive Biles though. They just hit so hard is the problem here. The split's pretty good out of Innovation and actually taking down the roaches easily. The problem is the Ravagers. They don't take that extra damage from Tornado Blaster. I mean, it's only 4 versus 6, but the weapon speed's 0.1, so that adds up very quickly. Killing creep tumors and forcing a cancel on that 4th base. Excellent job, Innovation. Not pushing too far onto the creep. Doesn't want to overextend. But killing the 4th base and supply blocking Dark are both things that are going to help him win this game, if he can indeed pull it out. Barracks has been abandoned. No longer needed for his add-on producing capabilities. He is left alone and friendless in a weird spot, I guess, to watch for run-bys by the Zerg and something like that. 3 tanks at a time are producing. Infernal Pre-Igniter coming in for Innovation as well. +2 vehicle weapons and +1 vehicle and ship plating coming up at the same time. Hellion trying to scout to see, is there in fact a 5th base coming up? And there is. You could roast that up that drone, but no, the Roach gets it. Roach gets it. 5th base, bam, Drop Lord heading south for Dark. Maybe more of that Roach play that we saw in game 1. Scan, looking for a hive, and there's a lair. There is a lair. There is definitely not a hive. Roaches coming in, trying to kill stuff. Ugh. No, they're waiting. They're waiting for their ride to arrive. But ride is here. I'm not sure where Dark's attention is. He's not really defending anything. Infestation pit on the way for Dark. And here it is. Here is our 4 Roach droppy Overlord trying to do some stuff. Going the wrong direction if he's trying to drop. There we go. Heading south now. Hellions trying to roast up stuff at that 4th base, checking to see if it's saturated or not. And the answer is no, it's not really. There's 1 drone. Well, I guess there are 3 coming. Oh, more are coming now. There we go. That's how you saturate a base. Blue Flame Hellion versus Roach. Not as good. Not as good. Tanks set up. Any Vipers yet? I don't see any Vipers, but here's that Roach play. But ready for it this time is iNnoVation. He's got missile turrets up. No burrow for you, Roaches. We're just going to murder you and leave your blood on the ground. I think the missile turrets actually killed an Overlord too. Yep. Drop Lord killed as well there. So iNnoVation learning well from game number 1. Not allowing Dark to do the same stuff to him and leading to another loss. 70 to 69 total Harvesters. Here we go. Corrosive Biles tossed on down. Dodging ably is iNnoVation. Trying to get a split up here on these Zergy units. The Blue Flame actually roasting up a Ravager there, getting a little bit overexcited, but Blue Flame on the Hydras is not a bad choice whatsoever. As Hydras are light, they take that extra damage. A bit of a choke here, which is not good for the Zerg, except for the Corrosive Bile, which allows them to survive a little bit better there. Another Overlord coming down. Speedy Lord heading directly for the main base. In a flight path to hit a missile turret, but it does stop. It does stop. Checking for the presence of a 4th base is what it is doing here. But here comes iNnoVation marching on up. Can he do this? It's going to be a great question. More Corrosive Biles being tossed on down, hitting one of the tanks, not quite killing it though. Getting the tanks in range of the base is what you want if you're iNnoVation. And at the front, just taking so much damage, or these Cyclones not doing as much. I don't know. I mean, they're weakening Ravagers. They're killing a few of them as well. And yeah, slowly but surely pushing forward. These tanks need to come up. There we go. iNnoVation moving forward right now, sieging up this 4th base. The 5th base is up, so iNnoVation's not super worried about losing this, or Dark rather, but I don't know. I don't know if he does. Another group of Roaches coming from that right side, but getting obliterated by these tanks down here at the bottom right as well. Woo! Roach is not good against tanks, especially with that +2 attack as it turns on out. So, all right, 4th base directly under assault now. Trying to kill some eggs, which is fine, I suppose. But nope, coming in with some Hydras and Roaches. Dark desperately trying to save this base. The Lings are coming in, whatever he can find between the couch cushions. He's sending this way. There's the evacuation. The drones heading on out, running for their lives. Base explodes. And iNnoVation fights very, very hard to take down that 4th base and manages to pull it off. Whew. All right, still continuing to move up towards the 3rd. There is a handful, again, a ragtag group, an evacuation of drones from the 3rd here as well. iNnoVation somehow is up 158 to 135 total supply. Tank splash directly on that 3rd, and it's already weakened, so now it is dead. Now it is dead. Tanks are split pretty well. Are there any Vipers in the sky right now? I don't know. Hellbats coming from the south, roasting up some Hydralisks. Not even in siege mode right now is iNnoVation doing a lot more DPS, but minus the splash is the benefit there, and very slowly but surely whittling down these Zerg forces. Roaches coming in. 10 Roaches in production for Dark, but that's it. A GG from Dark. Dark is defeated, and iNnoVation is victorious. So nicely done there in game number 2. iNnoVation ties the series up. See if we can get him. There it is. Ties it up 1-1. So let's move on in to game number 3 in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to this best of 5 series between iNnoVation and Dark. This is going to be game number 3 on Daybreak, the Ladder Edition. In the top right side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Dark. Currently tied 1-1 with his opponent in the bottom left, the blue Terran player. It is iNnoVation. I really think game 2 came down to Vipers. iNnoVation was able to get up enough of an army, win enough engagements just through sheer stick-to-itiveness and perseverance to kill that 4th base, not take too many losses to where he had to retreat and continue pushing up to that 3rd before Dark was able to get Vipers up with enough energy to throw down Blinding Cloud and use Abduct. That was it. I mean, that was the only difference between games 1 and 2 was the lack of a Viper. So we'll see if iNnoVation can hit, can hit earlier this game or not. If he can, I like his chances. But if a Dark can hold him off to the point where Vipers are out and viable and full and brimming to the top with energy, not looking good for our Terran player. Again, iNnoVation could surprise us and just go for straight bio. But I don't know. I don't really expect to see that after games 1 and 2, especially with the success that he saw in game 2. It's pretty much up to the Zerg player to figure out how to adjust to that, is how that works. Hatch here for Dark after Pool Extractor. And there it is. I don't know if he's worried. Maybe this map is better for like a 3-Rax Reaper opener or something. I don't know. Moment of truth here for innovation. What do we get? What do we get from this barracks as it finishes up? 3, 2, 1. Reaper. It is a Reaper. This is Jack the Reaper. I think we've done this name before, but different backstory-ish. Jack was a mass murderer, killing 5 drones and 5 lings in Heart of the Swarm. Can he do it again here in Legacy of the Void? Oh, that sounds interesting. So he has previous success. Can he build on that success, or is he going to turn into a failure like most other Reapers in Legacy of the Void? I don't know. I don't know. There's the expansion for innovation. And the answer for Dark is going to be Queens and Slowlings on Creep. And he should be fine with that. I mean, he already has a Roachworn coming up. He's building like he expects a 3-Rax Reaper out of innovation. That is not what's happening, as that is a factory coming in. Anyway, Jack the Reaper coming on out. Feeling very confident, almost cocky, you would say. Feeling, you know what? I killed 5 drones and 5 lings in my game back in HOTS. It's been a while. I've been on the bench, but I can do better now. And you know what? By that, I mean, I'm going to go home. Dude, I mean, I know the success rate of Reapers is not that great, but even just for the Scout, I don't know why Innovation is just dancing around his own natural base with this dude. This is Jack the Reaper. Don't you know who this is? 5 roaches on the way for Dark. This is not good. This is not good for Jack the Reaper. All right. So Innovation moving on into that Meccan style. Second factory on the way. Barracks is our, there is a phrase that came to mind. I'm not going to use it though. He is our add-on dude. Getting a creep tumor. That was nice. That was nice, Reaper. I mean, it doesn't quite equate to a drone, but still slowing down creep spread is a good thing you can do for your Terran friends. Oh shoot, Dark moving, yo. He's being aggressive. Maybe this was not a defensive maneuver. Maybe that was just more of an attempt to be aggressive. Man, look how few workers he has as a natural. Yep, that's what we're doing here. We're moving out with roaches and ravagers. Corrosive Bile trying to save this. Am I really zoomed out here? I was really zoomed out there. How do I have extra zoom levels? I don't know. Anyway, zoom out. There we go. So here come a handful of ravagers. And a roach, and they're just going to try to win this game here. So here we go. There are Hellions, but Hellions terrible against Ravagers. Cyclone a little bit better, moving the wounded Ravager back. Excellent job. SCV is here to fight as well. Absorb shots and keep the actual army units alive, but losing workers never good. Never good. But again, what you're doing here by losing workers is you're actually just coming back into a tie with your Zerg player, because they are absolutely cutting workers to make this thing work. So Dark cutting the workers. Can he win this thing? He's getting pushed back. He's getting pushed back. And no, he can't do it. Innovation holds, loses 4 SCVs. He's only down 26 to 33 Harvesters right now. Corrosive Bile is landing and trying to come back in here, but no, look at that. Double roasted Ravager. Sounds like something you can get at Arby's. Arby's, get your double roasted Ravager. And then something about Mountain Dew. I don't know. Lock-on ability being used to take out these Soul Overlords. Supply blocking Dark, yes. This one well. Ready for this? Red, 50 out of 44 available supply. Excellent job. Cyclone's doing their work for innovation so far in this series. Third hatch on the way for Dark. I don't know why he feels super confident about going for a third hatch at this point, considering... I mean, he is up in workers, but again, he has supply blocked. I don't know. There's a lot of decision-making that comes into this. Hellions trying to run on up, but guess what? There are Roaches and Ravagers ready for that. Defending that natural base against what he knows must be coming here. Setting up a wall is innovation. He's got Cyclones behind that wall. He is repairing that Cyclone with a couple SCVs. Good job. Good job repairing your mechanical units. We don't see that often enough in StarCraft 2, in my opinion. Hellion, Cyclone. In that production tab right now for innovation, he's moving out. He's moving out with a 5-minute attack. This might be... Well, no, he always does this. He always does this early attack. Just how successful it is what changes from time to time. 38 to 36 total Harvesters. We've got Ravagers. We've got Roaches. Here from Dark. Can he hold this thing? Can he hold it? Drawing the attention of the army up to this third and then showing up with the rest of your army innovation. That seemed like a really weird misdirect. He's trying to get this third base with Tornado Blaster, and he might actually be able to do it. Splitting some of its units back. You might just need to sacrifice. No, not going to sacrifice. No, Hellions. Oh, Hellions running around, roasting up some drones here inside the main base. Ravagers still holding at the third. Hellions still alive, though. Lining up the drones. Roaches trying to clear them out. Couple more blasts. No! Getting exploded. Getting exploded are the Hellions. This third is going to die. Check it out. Third base. Boosh, there it is. 5 drones killed. Third base killed. iNnoVation looking strong. Looking strong here, ladies and gents. All right, so here we go. Heading on back home. Feeling like his work is done. Killing a third hatch, big stinking deal. Killing 5 drones, also a large deal. And taking a third base of his own. Constructing a third command center. He's got factory. He only has 2 factories right now? No, that's not true. He does. He's doing this off of 2 factories, you guys. Whoa. Whoa. Alright, so Ravager, the answer for Dark, as they are not light, they do not take extra damage from Hellions or Hellbats, and they are not armored, which means they do not take extra damage from tanks or Marauders or Cyclones. Ravager, pretty good. They do take extra damage from Archons, though, as all Zerg units do, as they are biological, but otherwise, Ravager, pretty good unit. Pretty good unit, as they say. Barracks moving on out, trying to see what it can see. And just pretty much Cyclone heavy right now is iNnoVation. I don't know, man. He takes a while to get his tanks, and I don't know if I agree with that. I just feel like 1 or 2 tanks in these engagements would have been so useful. I guess the problem is the Ravagers, I mean, you can't really bring them too close, and you can't save them with a medevac by flying them away. So maybe that's why tanks are not part of the early game here for iNnoVation, but they do show up later. They do show up at a later time. From time to time. Infestation Pit on the way from Dark. Landing his third base is iNnoVation. And third hatch completed for Dark. So he's replanted that, and he's going for a 4th as well. Feeling very confident in his ability to make this thing happen. Took a big blow early on, but he's not dead. He's not dead yet. Any Infernal Pre-Igniter on these dudes? No. No. Trying to sneak on in, but man, 6 thents from Dark. Sending the Ravagers up, shooing them away. That Overlord might have seen them. Yeah, Overlord can see them in that position. That's a good placement of Overlords. I like this from Dark. Just making sure that run-bys can't happen, make sure that drops can't happen. Not that iNnoVation has tried dropping in this game, or in this series. Hive on the way from Dark now. 8.5 minute Hive. That was a really fast Hive. Look at those Corrosive Biles taking down that Barracks. 1 more round. Should be able to do it. Run, Barracks, run. Get out of there. Run. Nope, it's going to die. Go and die. Dodge! No! The dodge is not enough, and the Barracks falls into the everlasting pit down below. And here's the army for iNnoVation, though. Getting revenge on that Barracks. That's what's on his mind right now. How did drones just die? Ah, Hellions made it in. Hellions made it into the third base. The Ravagers were distracted. Roasting up. Good splits by Dark. He's going to lose some workers, but it's not as bad as it could have been. 6 drones killed for a handful of Hellions there. iNnoVation pushing up with his Cyclones. Any upgrades on these dudes yet? No. +1 vehicle just about done. Infernal Pre-Igniter coming up, but that's a lot of Ravager. Lot of Ravager out of Dark. How many does he have? There's the Vipers, too. 18 Ravagers, 3 Queens, and 4 Vipers on the way for our Zerg player. Hoorah! Yep. I mean, if the first 2 games are any indication, it's going to be hard for iNnoVation to come back on this thing. I just kind of rhyme iNnoVation with indication. I kind of did, didn't I? Just a little tiny bit. A little tiny bit is all. Hellions moving on down to the bottom right. 4th base. Nope, that's a 5th. 4th base is done for Dark. 5th base at the bottom right, under construction. Blue Flame Hellions. They're not Blue Flame yet. I will not call them that. Hellions coming down. See what they can roast up. The answer is not much, as there are Roaches defending. Pretty close, anyway. Close enough to be worried about it. Tornado Blasters going to town on this debris. Yes, they have 3 armor, but look at the DPS on these things. Most of these are not actually even hitting. And yet, look at the incredible destructive abilities of the Cyclone against armored stuff, as long as they can hold still. As long as they can hold still, that's the thing. If you kite Cyclones, they kind of stink. They kind of stink. Blue Flame Hellions, Blue Flamers now. Yeah, coming on. Bypassing the Roaches, trying to get up into this third base, and just getting shot at by Roaches. Good micro by Dark. Blue Flame. Blue Flame. Nope, not a Blue Flame. Third Blue Flame was aborted here. So setting up on the creep, threatening this 4th base. Here are your tanks by iNnoVation. They're kind of clumped together. Again, I don't know if that's what you want, but tank fire, splash on everything. Blue Flame Hellbat is pretty scary as well. Got to move those tanks up, man. Got to move up. Making the creeper seed is always very nice in the early stages of these games. Is that a Overseer? Overseer checking out that 3rd base. And straight up fight here with Hellbats. Oh, there's the Blinding Cloud on the tanks, though. And the Abduct on the tanks, bringing them on in, but it's actually worn off. Tanks back in the action. And still alive. Oh, no, counterattack with roaches trying to take down this great supply depot wall defending the third base. But the fourth base is gone. And the fourth base is gone for Dark, continuing to push on up, not worrying really about these roaches too much. I mean, they're getting surrounds on defensive tanks, which is never good. SCV is trying to attack in here as well. Is this turning into something of a base race? No, not really. Hellbats are going to be able to deal with that just fine. Third base explodes. iNnoVation on fire right now, plus 2 vehicle weapons is done. It's 166 to 132 total supply. Going after this fifth base as well. A couple cyclones and a tank tasked with that task. My brain can't think of what else to call that. Tasked with that mission. And suddenly Dark is on 2 bases. That was fast. That was really fast, you guys. Planetary Fortress on the way at iNnoVation's now completed 4th base. Fully functional Death Star. That's what it reminds me of. Abduct on 3 of the tanks, murdering them immediately. And Cyclone getting abducted. And another tank. And another tank. Oh, the abducts are good. 2 more. Are you kidding me? Corrosive Biles landing. Immediately all the tanks are gone. Vipers blew every tank out of the water, but that is it for Dark. That's all he had left. Bam. Dark with a GG. Dark is defeated, and iNnoVation is victorious. Ho! Ho! That was a good one. Good little 12-minute game for sure. All right, so iNnoVation gets a 2. And we'll be back with game number 4 in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to our best of 5 series between Dark and iNnoVation here on Habitation Station. The latter edition is game 4. In the top left side of Habitation Station, we have the Red Zerg player currently down 2 games to 1. It is Dark. And in the top right side of the map, we have the Blue Terran player. It is iNnoVation with his nice 2 games to 1 series lead. Going mech on a Zerg player. What? What is happening in this series? It is patch 3.9, so maybe that makes your difference. I mean, Hydras have a range of 6 instead of 7 when upgraded, but that can't be all of it. Blinding Cloud Radius nerfed a little bit. Maybe that's what we're dealing with here. I mean, like I said, and was wrong about, the difference was Vipers in games 1 and 2. Nope! No, it was not. iNnoVation managed to win despite the fact that there were Vipers out doing tons of work for Dark in game number 3 there. It basically turned into the fact that iNnoVation was able to snipe off that 4th base, right? Got the 4th base. Killed a bunch of workers. No, got the 3rd. Got the 3rd base. Killed a bunch of workers. And then that kind of propelled him into victory there. So the Vipers could deal with the tanks all they wanted, but Cyclones still alive. Hellbats still alive, and those were doing a lot of the damage once the tanks were out of the picture. So pool first here for Dark into a hatchery, into an extractor. He's done slightly... Nope, just kidding. The extractor's already done. Pool, extractor, hatch is what we're dealing with here from Dark. So about pretty much that same build every single time so far. Has he gone hatch first yet? I don't think he has. I don't think he's gone hatch first yet against iNnoVation. Maybe he's worried about stuff. All right, so this is our Reaper. His Reaper name is Falcon Paladin. Frustrated by the lack of Reapers in his Reaper Hall of Fame, Falcon Paladin has taken matters into his own hands and donned the Reaper suit. Oh boy. Oh boy, I don't know about this. I mean, iNnoVation is careful with his Reapers, which is nice, right? I'm not ever going to complain about that. But it's hard to achieve glory when you don't actually go for it, you know? You know what I mean? Like, this Reaper is going to do things like scout for workers, or scout for bases, look for ninja hatches, maybe check this 3rd base up here, this gold base that could have been expanded to first. I think that's what he's going to do. Falcon Paladin, you are very smart. Here we go. Here we go. Go north. Go north. Oh, no. He's just going right on in. Right on into the natural. I guess if you see if there's a hatch there, you know there's not a hatch at the gold. Eh? Is that what you know? Yep, got that very important information. Thank you. I'm heading home now, where I cannot get murdered by lings. At least not as easily. Not as easily as I can on that creep, that's for sure. 2 queens on the way for Dark. Speed on the way for Dark as well. Again, this is a best of 5, so iNnoVation, if he loses, or sorry, if iNnoVation wins game 4, that's it. That is it for this series. And you know how I like to put anti-spoiler stuff on the end of my cast, so you don't know. You might look at this and say, no, there's like 40 more minutes left of this cast. No. No, there could be anti-spoiler stuff out there, and iNnoVation could just win this thing 3 games to 1. You don't know. You don't know. All right, so anyway, Reaper Falcon Paladin moving on out. I need to be less combative here. I don't know what's going on. I'm grumpy today. It's Christmas Eve when I'm casting this, so I don't know why I'm feeling grumpy. Maybe it's just general stress. I got all my presents for my kids and my wife and stuff. They're all ready to go. And, I mean, there's a party we're going to tonight, but we're ready for that, too. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. KD8 charge, knocking those queens back. Woo! Falcon Paladin, you're the best. You are the best. Do another one, Falcon Paladin. Another KD8 charge. Don't die, though. Don't you get killed. Ooh, almost got it. Almost got a drone. Get the drone. Get the drone. Get the drone. Enough DPS to get the drone. No, the drone is making itself into an extractor, and the DPS on these two Hellions and Reaper, not enough to make it happen. KD8 charge. Boof. Both queens getting hit again. Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff here out of Falcon Paladin, the Reaper. He is doing so well. So well for himself. Hopping up on that high ground, staying alive at that. Third hatch on the way for Dark, feeling pretty confident in his abilities to hold that thing. And it's just Hellion, Cyclone out of iNnoVation. Moving on across this map. What can he do? Can he put the clamps down on this Dark upstart Zerg player? I don't know. I don't know if he can, but I feel like he certainly wants to. Which probably plays into it somewhat. Oh, Ling run by though. Shoot. Ling run by here in the natural base. Causing a retreat of all of these units to clean up the Zergling infestation. And they do die eventually. 6 Lings for un-SCV. But again, the timing of pulling that army back at the 4-minute mark was good. That was good for Dark. Allowed him to get his creep spread out a little bit more. Allowed him to get some more queens. Allowed him to get some Ravagers. There they are. Ravagers now coming in. If this attack had come when it was originally supposed to come, these would not be Ravagers. I don't think they would. I really don't. So here we are. Creep spread. Yeah, we're going to connect all 3 of these bases with creep as soon as that hatchery pops. And that is just a lot of stuff for Dark. I don't know. We got Lings, Queens, Roaches, Ravagers using that lock-on ability to try to take out these Sloverlords. Again, supply blocking Dark was an important factor in winning game number 4. Can he get the other one? He got one. Did not supply block Dark. The other kill would have, though. That's for sure. Gotta kill Creep Tumors, man. Gotta do it. Oh, that one tried to spread. Died immediately as soon as it popped. Ugh, that hurts. That hurts. iNnoVation, trying to keep the pressure on, knowing you can't leave Dark alone. If you leave Dark alone, he just has a max army in 7.5 minutes, and then you die. So that's what this is all about. Oh, cancel that Creep Tumor. Nicely done. Nicely done, Dark. Not losing it. It was under fire. He canceled it. Saved it alive. Another Ling run by here by Dark. 4 Lings trying to sneak on up and do stuff. This is walled off now, though. So, I mean, good luck, I suppose. Yep, they're going to try to attack stuff, which is good. 2 Lings not attacking anything, but here comes their mech attack. Hellbats in the front, Cyclones in the back. Trying to deal with this Queen Ravager army. Not even really dodging that well. Cyclone Tornado Blaster on top of these. And doesn't do extra damage versus anything that is here. 2 Roaches do come in, though. 2 Roaches come in, providing nice targets for our Tornado Blasters. But these Lings are still doing stuff. What? Hellions finally pop out and shoo them away. Get off my porch. Get off my porch, you Zerglings. Stop smashing my porch swing, which is kind of what they're doing. Creep spread, not really continuing. Dark has other things on his mind. Getting Leo Reconstitution. 6.5 minute infestation pit. There it is. There it is. I'm so inspired watching these players. The speed at which they can get stuff is crazy. You watch Into the Void, you watch Daybreak Madison, you're like, there's a 10-minute hive, and it's like, no, you can get one at like 7 minutes. Turns out, if you're professional level, and dealing with huge attacks at your front at the same time, so keep that in mind. Evolution Chambers coming up, strategically positioned to not allow Hellions to run past this way into the natural base. I mean, there's a whole army on the ramp preventing that from happening, so it's not like these are the only thing between Dark and Ruin, but it is useful to have second walls of defense for sure. Actually making Infestors as Dark. He's got the Infestation Pit in games 1, 2, and 3, but didn't actually make any Infestors that I remember. So, that is a little bit different here today. Burrow coming on up. He does love his Burrow Roach harassment techniques. Crossbiles trying to kill flying Forsaken and Forgotten Barracks. I mean, iNnoVation doesn't want it to die, right? He does dodge Crossbiles and tries to keep it alive for as long as he can, but see that hive right there? Boosh. 7-minute hive. In construction. Lock on, killing another Overlord. That does supply block Dark. Little careless with your Sloverlords. Does he not have speed? No, he doesn't. Hellions roasting up a couple drones here in this bottom 4th expansion that is trying to get saturated, but dead drones are not good for morale. That is for sure. Actually, they're long distance mining right now, interestingly enough. 73 to 65 Harvesters. Dark is up. So Cyclone's trying to do this thing. Killing Creep Tumors. Always nice. Actually, are those armored? They're armored. They take extra damage from tanks. And Cyclone seems a little unnecessary. They only have 10 hit points, but whatever. They're structures, therefore they are armored. That's how that works. How that works. Tunneling Claws up for Dark. We have seen this. We've seen this story before. Indeed we have. Moving out. Cyclones. Hellions. This is kind of the meta for innovation today. Can he do it? Viper's on the way for Dark, though. Just kind of biding his time, trying to keep the Terran forces away from murdering all his stuff. And, yep, there we go. Is that a fungal? Fungal bile combination. Ah, burrowed festers throwing fungals down on everything, keeping them from dodging. Ugh. Great choice from Dark. Absolutely insane. Vipers sucking down health off of them hatcheries, turning it into energy. Bit of a roach attack here coming into the natural. Getting massacred, though, by tanks and Hellions and things. Mostly the tanks, if I had to say. And iNnoVation decides it is time to head on back home. All right, iNnoVation. All right, dude, what do we got here? He's got his third base. He's making a fourth base here at the gold, which for some reason, there we go. I was going to say Dark has chosen to expand everywhere but there. Considering we've seen players take this as their first base as Terran, I'm surprised that Dark has such an aversion to taking it any sooner than his fifth. Seems very odd indeed. Burrow Roach sneaking up. There's a missile turret, though. And they might get a couple SEV kills if they are super duper lucky. One. Nope. There's the burrow. And there's the scan. Get out of there. Run. Okay. So I think that was more tank splash damage that killed those SCVs than anything else. But you know what? It got the job done. Got the job done. Both players taking their gold expansions at the same time. That's fun. Very fun. So Viper, Roach, a Ravager here. Do we have Infestors in this group? We do not. I don't think we do. Nice concave from iNnoVation. Pushing the Zerg player back, throwing down some corrosive biles to prevent too close of pursuance. Perusal's a word. Pursuance, abduct on some tank and a cyclone and another tank and another cyclone. It's basically free kills is what that is. We haven't seen abduct a whole lot. Roach is here at the third base, taking down tanks, getting burned alive by blue flame Hellbats though, and hit by tanks as well. So good aggression thus far from Dark, not doing tons of damage, but he has killed only 5 SCVs at this point. I thought it was more than that. Nope. No, it is not. So Hellbats, tanks, setting up. Tanks are kind of clumped together, which you have to worry about for Blinding Cloud. Whew, holding the zone like a watchtower, though. Got those burrow infestors moving with their little burrowy stuff under the ground. Maybe gonna do some hit squad things. Fungals. Ooh, this is actually fairly low on health SCV line. A couple fungals could be very good indeed. Oh, the scan sees exactly what's up though. iNnoVation, great game sense, recognizing what is coming his way. And that's enough to make Dark kind of retreat a little bit. No, he's moving right into this thing. Here it is, meching, coming. There's the Blinding Cloud on all of those tanks. The tanks are not involved whatsoever. Another tank does show up. It isn't going to be there in time. I don't know. Blinding Cloud. There it is. Finally expires, but the army's right there. Right on top of it. Hellbats coming from the backside, trying to distract, allowing the tanks to do work. And you know what? It actually functioned. That plan worked out. The Hellbats from the backside saving the day. But it's 191 to 115 total supply. Dark is up. Feeling very healthy indeed. Has his gold base. Taking a 6th base right now in the bottom-ish of the map. Bottom left side-ish. Not corner. Just kind of left side. Does get scouted by a Cyclone here. Plus 3 vehicle weapons on the way from iNnoVation. But, is he going to save it? No, he's not going to save it. Nope, not at all. The army's coming, but that hatch is going to die. Doesn't even get a cancel off on that thing. But the army coming from all directions. Top side, left side, right side. iNnoVation surrounded on all sides. Tanks not supported by anything. Oh, and the tanks get exploded. Completely exploded there due to the tanks. Hellbats trying to run up and roast things here at this gold base. There is a burrow, but the scan reveals the drones killing. Transfuse being used on drones. Don't see that every day of the week either. Hellbats do end up getting killed. 13 Hydras on the way for Dark. 3 drones have been killed so far. Only 3. Holy shamoly, 199 to 122 total supply. These players are babysitting their workers extremely well for a professional level game. No, barracks, no, we needed you. Falling on top of that Zerg swarm. There's the abduct on the tanks. Tank 1, 2, 3 gone. Blinding Cloud on the remainder of the tanks. And this is, I mean, it's not a lot for Dark, but it's looking like a lot right now. These guys could come help as well. Hydras, come along. Come along, Hydralisks. Do you have your 6 range? You do have your 6 range. 20 roaches in production. I'm not sure they will actually be needed. Hydras cleaning everything else on up. There are some tanks on the high ground in the natural base by iNnoVation. He wants to win this thing now, but it's not looking good. There it is. The GG out of iNnoVation. iNnoVation is defeated, and Dark is victorious. All right. Whew, so that was an exciting one as well. Let's move into game number 5. Ooh, our rubber match coming up in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to game 5 between Dark and iNnoVation here on Whirlwind. Oh, here we are. Both players have game 1, 2 games. As we can see here, Dark 2, iNnoVation 2, best of 5, which means whoever gets to game number 3 up here first, win number 3, wins the whole shebang and moves on into the finals. Whew. So let's introduce these players, giving them the respect that they deserve. In the top right, we have the Red Zerg player. It is Dark. Currently teamless, but also currently the master of Viper, Ravager, Roach, Hydralisk, Infestor, Roach. And in the bottom right side of Whirlwind, we have the Blue Terran player. It is iNnoVation, also teamless, but man, he is good with Cyclones and Tanks and Hellbats. That's for sure. That is what he knows and loves. That is what he loves and knows. All right, so are we going to see... Oh my goodness, a hatch first out of Dark. On this huge 4-player map, you can spawn anywhere, right? So the odds of the Terran player finding you early are not very good. So Dark says, you know what? I feel fine going hatch first in this situation. There will not be any Reapers showing up anytime soon. I am going Extractor pool, though. I'm not going to go like a 2-hatch, 3-hatch before pool or anything like that. That'd be absolutely insane. There's the pool. All right. So everything's fine. Everything is fine. Was that a command center first? Command center first. Out of iNnoVation into barracks. Same thing. Same story. Lings cannot find me, therefore I feel safe. Going command center first here against the Zerg on a Whirlwind. Refinery on the way as well. Sloverlord going the entirely wrong direction. Whoosh. So let's see. I'm casting this on Christmas Eve. I'm about a week out, which means I will still be off work. When this posts. So actually we had a forced vacation at work, which is a little weird. So the week after Christmas before New Year's is always pretty much a ghost town at the office where I work. People just kind of don't show up, or if they do, there's not a lot going on. And we have new management this year, new owners, and I guess they felt like that was dumb. And so they basically said, everybody gets forced time off after that week. No one can come in, and we're going to take away your PTO for it. And people were not pleased at all by that, but in the end, you know what, I was planning on taking it off anyway, and I have a lot of paid time off accrued, so not a big deal. I'm not worried about it. Some people are, but you know what, time off, I'm never going to say no to that. That is for sure. I do have some big projects I'm working on, but is what I say to that. We'll get it done. We will get it done because we're a good team. All right. Factory here, barracks continuing to make add-ons as it does. Second factory on production now for iNnoVation. iNnoVation says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, it hasn't won him the series yet. It could, but losing 2 games with it is just not a good feeling thus far. I'm surprised neither player has switched this up hardly at all. Dark did introduce infestors into game 4, which was good. So there were some good fungal biles there, but for the most part, that is not something that we've seen a lot of. Overlord's speed coming in fast along with Ling speed for Dark, throwing up that great supply depot wall of the natural bases iNnoVation. Got to start somewhere. The Great Wall of China started with a single brick. Is that a saying? That should be a saying, I think. Anyway, man, this is game 5. Zerg players, I hope you're excited for this. Terran players, I hope you're excited for this as well. This could turn into an epic battle. Game 5s and game 7s in best of 7 series are always so dang hard fought. Players do not want to go home. They don't want to go home from these tournaments. They want to stay. They want to stay with their friends. They want to continue winning. They want to earn more money. They want to get fame and prestige, but it's hard to do if you lose these clinching games. All right, so Speedy Lord comes in, sees exactly what is up. This is wide open. Barracks flying over, trying to fulfill some other purpose besides scouting. Is our thingy... Wait. I forgot to check. Did he make a Reaper? No. All right, didn't make a Reaper. Woo! I was gonna say, I was paying attention, but if I missed it, I saw this Hellion up here, and I was like, is that a Reaper on that creep? No, Hellion. Okay, not a Reaper. We still are safe. We are still safe there. So here comes iNnoVation's traditional 5-minute push with Hellions and a couple Cyclones, using the lock-on ability to kill a Speedy Lord. Yes, they get it just at the range, just at the outside of that range. 65 to 60 available supply for Dark, which means he is supply blocked. Supply blocked. Baneling. What the Baneling Nest? Dark deviating immensely from his previous strategies, going Baneling Nest. I mean, good against the Hellions if you can connect. Drop Lord. Oh, Baneling Rain? Is that what Dark is going for? Darkling. Dark, you magnificent Zerg friend. Baneling Rain could be really good here. Could be, and it also could be bad. Lock on, still being used to kill another Speedy Lord. A supply blocking Dark again. Oh, this is amazing. Hellbat transformation. Moving on in. This is a lot of Queens defending for Dark, but that's all it is. It is just Queens. There are no Roaches. There are no Lings. There are some Banelings coming in, but they need to hit like now. Banelings morphing in, walking into the Hellbats, and yeah, that's what you needed. That's what you needed. But more Hellbats coming on in. Lings trying to get surrounds on the Cyclones and kill them. Hellbats trying to save their friends, and they do. And they do. This attack is really good. Out of iNnoVation, still trying to do what he can to make this thing work. And Dark is left with a handful. A handful of Queens. Baneling Rain did get 8 SCVs back at home, but iNnoVation does not care about that. He's got a Marine here as well. Marine, gotta kill all of these Zerglings. Hellbats roasting them up. Good micro moving the Cyclones back so the Hellbats can roast everything up. 6 kills, 5 kills, 6 kills on these Hellbats. This may be it, ladies and gentlemen. Holy crap. Cyclones using their powers on this second hatchery. More Cyclones coming in. Drones running for their lives. I don't know where they're going. They're trying to build hatches. Desperation hatches. No, it's a GG. GG for Dark. iNnoVation. I guess that's why you don't change from what's working for you, Dark. Oh man. Oh man, that was amazing. Baneling Rain just had no effect whatsoever on this game. He killed 8 SCVs, but when you have a huge army at your front door, maybe you should have used those Banelings for defense instead. That's what I've decided. Yeah. That was good. That was a good attack by iNnoVation. And it's nothing different from what he's been doing. He showed up with a bunch of Hellions, a couple Cyclones, kept adding to those Cyclones as the attack progressed. Good micro, using the Hellbats on the Lings, using the Cyclones on the hatcheries and the Queens. And that was it. That was it. I mean, iNnoVation did what he's always done. It worked extremely well in this game. It was harder for him in the previous ones, but you know what? 6-minute victory in Game 5. Can't argue with that. Nice job, iNnoVation. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.